another typical cold day in Canada. Hi, I'm Michèle Duquet. Welcome to my channel, Soulful and Unplugged. We just finished 4 parts of the metaphysical aspect of the energetic fields within an atom. So I actually don't really want to talk about all of that metaphysical stuff in this video. I want to encapsulate it a little bit as to what it's like in real life, how I create a new energetic frequency, and then step into that. It's interesting because there's been so much talk about the power of attraction, like attracts like. It's more than that. It's actually creating a new energetic field so that the old energetic field, where either illness exists or things exist that we don't want in our lives, or that we're ready to move on from there, that energetic field collapses. I can help you understand in real terms how I work it and how really it is stepping out of the old into the new. I'll give a few examples. I started getting a sense of how to heal because I was able to see energies, and I started working on my dog, and it was really working. And then I was working on my mom, and her backache was alleviated. I started working on friends, but I was making myself sick sometimes because I was not understanding how not to use my energy, how to use just the infinite energy. So I looked for a teacher, and I thought, wherever this teacher is, I'm gonna go there. And then I saw this woman, this picture on the internet of this woman. I went, that's my teacher. I thought, oh, maybe she's in New York. I can go to New York because I'm in Toronto. It's fairly close. No, she was about 5 kilometers from where I live. And I'll never forget the day that I started the course. It was a year course. And the day that I started the course, which was just a weekend, it felt literally like I had stepped out of the old into the new. And it was so simple. And the way I started creating this new field of energy was in meditations, by visualizing something that brings me enormous peace and pleasure. All I would do is visualize my feet walking on sand with the beautiful ocean coming in and out, the waves coming in and out. And what that created for me was a sense of total bliss and joy and peace and calm, and like I was really living my most blissful life. So it's not necessarily that I'm creating a trip to Hawaii where I'll be walking on the beach, although that would be very nice, thank you very much. What I was doing was creating that internal sense of centeredness, calmness, peace. And something else that I did is that whenever a negative thought came in that was not in alignment with this energetic field that I was co-creating with universe, I would say a very simple phrase. I would say, I am now living my most blissful life. No matter what it was, even if it was something, like my dog pulled her groin muscle, and it was so awful to watch. Oh my God, she was in so much pain. She screamed. This was years ago, 2 years ago. But in that moment, I was extremely present to it. And I said to myself, I am living my most blissful life. In that moment, I accepted that I was doing everything that was the best I could possibly do in the moment for my dog. I found her the best help. the best vet, the best rehab. And even though it was, heartbreaking to know she's in pain, I still said to myself, I am living my most blissful life. Because living a most blissful life does not mean that bad things don't happen. It means that no matter what happens, I will be okay. And I will be taken care of. And so will my dog. And so will my friends. And so will my mom. And so will my sister. I am always living my most blissful life. Because I am always deeply taken care of. And that deep belief, that deep core sensation is what creates a new field of existence, so that the old one collapses and the new one is really like stepping into it. So even if something really uncomfortable happens and I need to be confrontational, or I need to be assertive, or I need to do things that I'm not comfortable doing, whatever I'm feeling in the moment, I embrace and I feel it and I really go into it. And then I observe my environment, and I observe whatever was created in this moment is being created in this moment, and I read it like a book. I go, okay, what does this mean? What is my soul trying to tell me?
Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, good girl. So I just listened to a little bit of what I had recorded. The microphone, the way I had set it up, sounded very echoey. And then the floor was getting so shiny. It was getting weird to look at. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take a break and reset. Anyway, so I was telling about how I make it real for myself to form these new fields of energy. I tore the cartilage in my hip rock climbing, and no, it was a weakness that I had from rock climbing that got injured when I almost fell down the stairs and grabbed myself and torqued my body so slowly it just tore the cartilage in my hip. And I had to stop rock climbing for 2 years, and then it almost got back to normal, but there was still a little bit of pain left. And I really wanted to go back to rock climbing because I really love rock climbing. And so what I did is I started meditating twice a day, every morning and every evening around 5 o'clock. And I would visualize reconstructing the cartilage, because all of the experts had told me it's impossible to regenerate cartilage. And that's a perfect thing to say to me, because I always go, oh, really? Watch me. So that's what I did. I went on the internet and I searched for a very, very specific visual of what it was that I was repairing. And every morning and every evening, I would sit in meditation for as long as it took for me to feel that it was absolutely reconstructed. Then I would move it into visualizing myself rock climbing again, stronger and better than ever. 2 months later, I was rock climbing again. And I've never had pain since. That's the power. How else do I make it real? I make it real by loving myself exactly as I am. So no matter what happens, let's say I love rock climbing, but some days the last thing I want to do is go rock climbing. I just want to crawl into the couch and be lazy. And in that moment that maybe I want to judge myself, I want to go, oh my God, I'm being so lazy. I say to myself, and I love myself anyway, exactly as I am, no matter what. Even if I go to the gym, even if I don't go to the gym, whatever I've done today or not done, productive, not productive day, whatever the day was like, I don't love myself more because I go to the gym. I don't love myself more because I have, where are you going? She's going to, she went on the couch. All right then, maybe I'll sit on the pillow. I don't know, how else do I make it real? I make it real by setting my boundaries. As best as I can, I try a loving way to set boundaries with friends, people I work with even family. That's very important to me, and I love myself through it all, so I embrace the fact that it's really uncomfortable. Sometimes just the act of saying no or the act of being assertive, the heart can beat a little faster, mouth gets dry. Oh, it's just really uncomfortable. Still at times, other times it's not. I mean, it depends on who I'm dealing with. If it's someone that's very difficult, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. But I also, know that no one has any power over me, and that's what I do in the moment. I remind myself, no one, absolutely no one has any power over me. So these are just a few examples of how I make it real. I'd love to hear your tactics and how you keep it real to create and co-create the life that you really want, and what happens when it doesn't show up the way you want it to. What kind of tools do you have in your toolbox? Okay, thank you so much. Mwah!